Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. We are going to do the final review over the Glideman and the Spectrum from Ferramonster. Now, I've gotten to check out quite a bit of their stuff, own one. Um, Not shabby knives, man. They do pretty well. They are, I can't remember where they're coming out of, what country, but they do a pretty good job. They have a budget brand also called Wixco, Wixco. They do great stuff too, man, for especially for budget friendly stuff. They are awesome. So check out Wixco also. I have the link in my description. But let's check these guys out real quick. Freaking, I love the Spectrum. That was great. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this one right here. This is the Glideman. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of weird. Like out of all of them, like I like it, but it's not my favorite. I think so far what I've handled is the Urban Grip. I like the Urban Grip because it's a front flipper, but I think I really like this Spectrum right now. I think that's what's kind of taking the cake right now. I know there's a couple others they have out now too. I haven't checked out, so they looked good from what I saw. I can't remember what they were. I think one was like Ferox or something like that. But so far the Spectrum's taking the cake. But the Glideman is not bad at all. Like it's 154 cm. Obviously got a nice little satin blade right there. There's one little 154. This is more of the budget-friendly version of it. It's coming at like $120, I think, something around there. So it's a little more affordable. Um, you have the canvas micarta right here. Nice, it's nice looking black. I like black, and it's not slick, but it is smooth, smooth. So it is. I said it was slick originally, but once you get your hand around it and everything like that, it doesn't feel bad. I'm not slipping around, so that's why I was like, it's not slick now. It's more like just smooth. So it's kind of sounds kind of dumb saying it like that, but it is. Um, it does. The handle does feel small to me. I don't know why, even though it's not much smaller than this. It just comfort wise, I don't know. I guess I don't know. The Spectrum feels better, feels bigger. This you can definitely choke up on, so you have plenty of room after you choke up. Jimping's kind of in a bad position or not long enough. I think if it was a little longer, it'd be different, but they didn't probably put it that long because they have this dip right here. Now, when you choke up, I like to put my thumb right here and do like a little pinch. So that works. That's why I like that little ramp right there. It just works. But also, if I bring my hand grip back here, I like to go out here and kind of almost push back on that little ramp. So if I'm not hitting the jimping, I'm pushing back, so I get it still like a little bit of a pinch grip, so it kind of helps out. So I can't say that it's too bad. But the jimping I wish was a little farther out there. It's got a rear flipper tab, and it's got some jimping on there that's not too bad. Great for opening up, no problems there. Finger hole is snappy. It's got some steel liners on the inside, and it's got a liner lock. Works pretty well though. Nice and smooth. Not too bad. Backspacer is titanium though, like gold backspacer or brass. I don't know. Looks like it's. Some people say gold, some people say brass. I'm gonna say brass. I think I said gold and brass in the first video, the first impressions, because they always look really close alike to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but it is also skeletonized on the inside. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see them. I'll try to get my light. There you go. So it is skeletonized a little bit for that weight, which is not saying much because it's not very heavy feeling. But smooth action though. The only thing is I just feel like the grip's just a little off. I don't know. It's not. Oh, the pocket clip is not reversible. I didn't tell you about that in the first impressions. It is a wire pocket clip. It works really well though, but it's just not reversible, which kind of sucks if you're gonna do like a budget E knife. Um, I wish the pocket clip was reversible. I think I would have been better, but it's all right. No big deal, but not too bad of a knife. Let's get into this guy right here. This thing's awesome. You got a DLC drop point blade, beautifully done. Nice handle, micro milling. That's hard to even see on the camera. You can barely see it, but it looks great overall. Feels great in hand. It has some nice jimping on it as well. But I really freaking like this one. I like Pod Clip Titanium. Does a pretty good job. And it is reversible, which I thought's funny. This one's reversible. This one is not. I don't get that. Like, that's budget. This is titanium. Like, it's a little harder to do sometimes. And I feel like that would have looked fine with a little slot right there for the wire clip. I think it would look a bit fine to me. I don't know, but it's whatever though. It works though. I guess it works, right? But this thing is awesome. Titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer, and it's running on some ball bearings. And obviously it's a crossbar lock. Like I said, I'm kind of moving away from crossbar locks. I don't know why. Just not my fave anymore. I buy a lot more frame locks. I don't know why. That's usually the one I buy is frame locks. That's what I kind of gravitate to, like, without thinking about it. Let's go get some measurements and stuff like that for you guys real quick. Oh, after that we'll do some comparisons. I have some other DLC coated knives, so I'll compare some of these with that. Let's get the weight real quick. 3.6. Let's move it up a little bit. One more time. 3.7. 3.7. So that's 3.7. This little guy is 3.8. 3.8. So that's even a little heavier. Let's get some screws real quick while they're closed. Got the T8 right here. T8. Kind of loose. Yeah, that's what I figured. They're T8. They're just like a little loose. Everything is T8 except for wait. Yeah, okay. So everything's T8 except for the thumb studs. I'm sure this is going to be the same. Yeah, so everything's T8 on this. Okay, so that's not bad. Hey, at least they use T8. Can't beat that. I'll take that all day, every day. Okay, here is the measurements for about 3.25 for that cutting edge. Overall, you're looking at about 7.6 inches long. And this guy right here, the Glideman, is cutting edge. You're looking at about 2.65, and overall, just like 7.15 inches long. What I wanted to show you real quick was the DLC on this. This is like a Devo Binge. So obviously they have different variations of DLC. So this is the Binge with DLC coated. Just not mirror polished or anything like that, but it is DLC coated. So it's not as shiny. They said they couldn't do it on the S90V. So I guess like different steels are easier. Maybe that's why. This one is L-Max. Hold on. Maybe that's why they look different in most of them. Like this one right here is L-Max. And this is M390. These are pretty close. And here is the Compadre. Also, this one's Vanex though. Let's see if these are different. See, even these look a little different. So I think it all plays on steel too, like blade steel. So that's one thing like you might need to look for when it comes to DLC. I didn't really realize that until like recently, so that's why I wanted to kind of show you. But I like the DLC on the M390. Here we have the Kermu from AIM-8. I'm going to do a little size comparison. So, not bad. Kermu's a little bit bigger. And this is my homeboy right here. This is the Quiet Carry Drift. Freaking love that thing. It's one of my favorite knives right now. But there you guys go. That's a little size comparison. That's all I really got, though. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. And if you like the video, just leave a thumbs up. If not, not a big deal. Just have a great rest of your day. All right, guys? Thanks.